Hello friends, let's discuss current affairs and today's first questions on a South American country named Suriname. You can call it Suriname, but Suriname is a better pronunciation. This country offered its highest civilian award, the Grand Order of the Chain of the Yellow Star, to Indian President, the visiting Indian President Draupadi Murmuji. Now, why is this important? Because this is a country that has 27% of its population of Indian, being of Indian origin. Between 18, see, to know how Indians reached here, this is, let me take you, this is Suriname. Just a second, please. This is Suriname. Okay, this in green is Suriname, and next to it is Guyana. This is Guyana. This is Suriname. Now this is French Guyana. There are two Guyanas. This is Guyana, which in the past was called British Guyana. Now this is French Guyana. This is, before I come to Suriname, French Guyana is a part of France. So correct, in a very simple sense, Europe is in South America as well. Okay, this Suriname is, French Guyana is considered a region. In fact, it's the second biggest region in France. Now, Suriname, Guyana have both of them have a substantially large population of Indian origin. How come Indians end up there? The story goes like this. In 1806, Britain abolished slavery. Britain said that we will no longer, buy, sell slaves. They will no longer trade in slaves. Now, they still had colonies all over the world. Like they had colonies in British Guyana, in a lot of places in West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica. All of these places, they needed people to work. They controlled Maldives, they controlled Mauritius, they controlled Fiji, a lot of Pacific islands as well. Now, how come, they thought about this, we would need people to work in all of these places. So the local populations are pretty small, but we would need, but Europeans themselves would not do physical labor. So what they did was, between 1810 and 1900, till about 1920, it's about 100 years. Yeah, 1910. 1810 to 1910, Britain embarked on a policy of taking away Indians from large parts of the country under their rule to different parts of the world, to their colonies overseas. Like, from Gujarat, a lot of people were taken to Uganda and Kenya, two British colonies in Africa. People from Tamil Nadu were taken to northern Sri Lanka, not even forget about some closer home like Sri Lanka. You look at Singapore, Malaysia, hundreds and thousands of Tamilians were taken to these parts as most of them was bonded labor, and some of their own choice of goods. From the Hindi heartland, if you look at Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, from these places, thousands and thousands of Indians were taken away to work in places, far away places like the West Indies, which is a group of islands actually, which is no country but a group of islands, especially independent countries. People were taken to British Guyana, they were taken to Suriname, they were taken to Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica, they were taken to Fiji in the South Pacific. In all of these places, Indians came to be, and this happened almost 200 years back. So considering the hardships they faced and the lack of opportunities back home, they stayed put, they stayed back there, and ever since then, these descendants have constituted the substantially large populations of these places they were taken to. Okay, their forefathers were taken to as bonded labor. So Suriname, if you look at Suriname, 27% of Suriname's population is of Indian origin. 27%, my friends. Okay, Suriname's population 27%. If you look at British Guyana, it's about 40%. 39.8, so make it 40%. 40% of Guyanese population is of Indian origin. Okay, now a little more beyond this. French Guyana, of course, as I said, that it's directly controlled by France, so we will not go there. Um, you know, you must have heard of places, names like Sunil Narayan, Darren Ganga, Shivnarayan Chandrapal, the West Indian cricketers, a golfer named Vijay Singh of Fiji. So all of these people, you could call them PIOs, persons of Indian origin, because their forefathers were born in India, but these guys were born abroad or citizens abroad. Got it? So there is the other kind of Indian, other than the PIO, person of Indian origin. There is other kind of Indian who's called the NRI, non-resident Indian, who's an Indian citizen but is a resident abroad. Okay. So to go back to Suriname, this Suriname is the smallest country in terms of population in mainland South America, continental South America. The capital here is Paramaribo. Paramaribo. Suriname's capital is Paramaribo, and the president is what's his name? Chan Santoki or Chandrika Prasad. Chandrika Prasad Santoki. In most places you will find his name to be Chan Santoki. Okay, that is a full name. Chandrika Prasad Santoki is the president of Suriname. Now, if you look at Guyana, let's clear this first. Guyana's 40% of the population is Hindu, not Hindu, of Indian origin. About 28% is, 29% practices Hinduism. Substantially large number of the country's population, if about 62% practice Christianity and about 6% practice Islam. Guyana has a Muslim president, Irfan Ali. And the capital is Georgetown. Okay, Georgetown. Now, French Guyana, I'll not go there because I told you it's a part of France. Coming to Colombia, this is Colombia here in green there. Yeah, this country, Colombia, my friends, is run from the capital is Bogota, and the president is Gustavo Petro. Okay, so that's Colombia, and it's named after Christopher Columbus. It's the only country in the world named after Christopher Columbus. Coming to Paraguay, this is Paraguay. It's one of the two landlocked countries in South America, the other being Bolivia. Okay, Paraguay's capital is Asuncion, and the president is Mario Benitez. It's a long name, Mario Abdo Benitez, but this is sufficient. Mario Benitez. Okay. So a little about the continent there, South American continent. Padma Shri awardee Amir Raja Hussain passed away recently. He was a theatre actor and director. He was also a BJP president, BJP vice president, Delhi BJP vice president till about 2013. That's when he resigned, 2013. Now, he was awarded the Padma Shri in 2001. 2001, that is the time when the first NDA government was in power. Okay, so 2001, Padma Shri. And he is theatre director of plays like the 50-Day War, which is a play on the Kargil War, the 50-Day War, and the Legend of Rama, or Ram, the Legend of Ram. As part of Mission Life under the Promote Secularity program, which ministries transferred the cost-effective Leon battery recycling technology to 9 recycling industries and startups, MEIT, MEIT, which is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, who is MEIT? Who is the minister for MEIT? Okay, we could write the name Ashwini Vaishnav. Ashwini Vaishnav, who also happens to be the rail minister and the minister for communications. So three ministries are handled by Ashwini Vaishnav. Okay, rail, communications, and MeitY. Education ministry is taken care of by Dharmendra Pradhan. Dharmendra Pradhan, who also heads the Ministry of Skill Development and entrepreneurship. Skill development and entrepreneurship. Okay, there we go. What about chemicals ministry? Chemicals ministry is headed by the chemicals and fertilizers ministry is headed by Dr. Mansukh Mandavia. Who also happens to be the health and family welfare ministry. Health and family welfare minister. Okay. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister is Dr. Virendra Kumar. You could write this. Dr. Virendra Kumar. Next, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is headed by Rajkumar Singh. He also is the Minister of Power, the Union Minister of Power. The World Environment Day is celebrated across the globe on 5th June, every year. This year, the theme is Beat Plastic Pollution. This year, the WED, that is World Environment Day, celebrated its 50th, Foundation Day in a place called Abidjan. The 50th anniversary was celebrated in Abidjan, which is the capital of an African country called Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. So this is always, as mentioned here, 5th June is when it is celebrated every year. Okay, and as we all know, plastic poses a serious problem to the natural environment. Which company's shareholding in fintech firm PhonePe dropped to 85%, following its fundraise of $1 billion. They recently raised funds. 4% came to about $1 billion. That would mean that it's what is a double decagon basically in terms of valuation. So Walmart is the owner of PhonePe. It also owns Flipkart in India. Flipkart, PhonePe, and Myntra are all owned by Walmart. Okay, let me repeat. Walmart owns Flipkart and Myntra. Walmart is the world's biggest company by revenue. My friends, Walmart's revenue last year was about $611 billion. Now, that's a lot of money, my friends. That you could say about 20% of India's GDP. Okay. Now, its CEO is a guy called Doug McMillon. What about Amazon? Amazon's the world's largest internet company. Its revenue last year was 514. So I think I'll just keep it here because I'm not getting the numbers right actually. Okay, $514 billion, and that, my friends, would make it the world's biggest internet company. Its CEO is Andy Jassy. What about Google? Google's owned by Alphabet, a company called Alphabet. Alphabet is run by Sundar Pichai. So is Google actually. The CEO of both Google and Alphabet is Sundar Pichai. SoftBank is a Tokyo-based Japanese company. This company's CEO is Masayoshi Son. Masayoshi Son. It's a $54 billion company. It's pretty this guy is pretty controversial. This company not only owns Japan's third largest telecommunications business, it also is a large scale investor in companies like Oyo, WeWork, Alibaba. So you have in choice 5 Alibaba, which is one of the world's biggest e-commerce companies. This is run by a man called Daniel Zhang. He is the CEO. Daniel Zhang. Okay, so Daniel Zhang is the CEO of Alibaba. Thousands of people were evacuated downstream of a major dam named the Nova Kakhovka Dam, which recently collapsed in Ukraine. You could say Ukraine, but Russia would say it's in Russia. It's in Russia. So what should you know about this dam? See, this is the dam. This is how it was actually. If you look at the first image, this is how it appeared on on the 1st of June. Okay, everything is intact, but there was a road damage here. There was a breach, and this breach later led to inundation of low-lying areas. The dam broke, and consequently the reservoir flooded the downstream areas. Now this is built on the river Dnipro. Okay, it is built on the river Dnipro. And why is this important? So how devastating the flood was. Now, why it broke and why it was devastated? Why did it break? There is there is blame game happening now, going on between Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine, backed by the West, says that Russia deliberately damaged this, while the Russians have accused Ukraine of damaging this in order to deprive Crimea. Now, this is Crimea. You see, this is a peninsular portion. Till about 2014 it was part of Ukraine, and Russia occupied this and incorporated this as part of the Russian territory. So Crimea today is part of Russia, and Ukraine has been accused by Russia of breaking this dam so as to deprive Crimean Peninsula of water. Now the water from the Kakhovka Dam also goes to cool down the nuclear plant in Zaporizhzhia. This is about 160 kilometers away, but when I say away from the dam, this nuclear plant has been the site of major battles between the Russian and Ukrainian forces. Currently it's under Russian occupation. Okay, now Russia controls this now. So this is what it is, and what has happened, what has made things pretty bad is that there was turbines here, there was the machinery here, which turbines required a lot of engines. They have engines, and engines basically use lubricants to run. The dam broke, the lubricant got mixed with about 200 tons of lubricant got mixed with water. So now there is lubricant oil in this water, my friends. So this is pretty bad out there, pretty bad. Blame game is on, so we don't know as to who is responsible. See, in a war, the truth is a major casualty. Someone who's fighting, they say that when two judges, there are two lawyers, lawyer 1, L1, L2, both of them know the truth. So the judge, it's a judge who is on trial. So here truth is on trial. We don't know who it is to be blamed. Poland, the capital is Warsaw. Romania, Bucharest. Belarus, Minsk. and Bulgaria, Sofia, the capitals. Okay, we know Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. So this is map. I just added a little more masala there. According to the 8th edition of the National Institutional Ranking Framework, which institute has remained India's top-ranked educational institute for the 5th time, IIT Madras. These are the parameters that they used. Teaching, learning, resources got 30% weightage. So did research and professional practice. You see, the first two got, these two. Yeah, this set I'm talking about. I'm sorry, this pen is acting cranky today. So anyway. Let me clear this entire thing. So this five got 30, and this 4 here got 0.6, that is nearly 60% weightage. Salary, placements, higher education, all these basically got 20% weightage. Now IIT Madras has topped all of these things, and this particular ranking was necessitated by the fact that most of the foreign rankings ignored a lot of things, ignored the local conditions they did not take the local conditions into account. Most of these rankings abroad were, the QS rankings, they are called. They were more or less focused on feedback from a small number of people. Now these guys, the Indian National Institution Ranking Framework, Government of India body, they took a large number of parameters and evaluated about 4,000 colleges in India as per this ranking, as per these parameters. And IIT Madras is number 1. Number 2 is the Indian Institute of Science. Okay, number 2, number 1, number 3 is IIT Delhi here. 4, okay, not 3, 4 if you want to write Bombay, IIT Bombay, and 5 is IIT Kanpur. IIT Kanpur. These are the 5 best places in India. Okay, 5 top ranked institutes in India. Now I want you to know more. The best engineering college, of course, was IIT Madras. Best engineering college, IIT Madras. Best college overall was Miranda House. Miranda House. Best university, Jadavpur University. Jadavpur University. Okay. Yeah. Then there is this great footballer from Sweden, born in Sweden, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, recently retired from football, and he played for Sweden and a club called AC Milan. Sweden and AC Milan. The club was called AC Milan, Italian club AC Milan, and Sweden, the national football team of Sweden. He's ranked among the greatest strikers. He had scored a total of 570 career goals. And you also need to know that during his time at Sweden, playing for Sweden and AC Milan, he led his team, rather, when he was part of the winning side on 34 occasions. So there are 34 trophies under his belt. Okay, but he's a pretty controversial chap. Will not get there. Okay, Belgium's capital is Brussels. Of course, you would know France, Paris, Spain, Madrid. Italy, Rome. Today we'll focus only on capitals, not anything else. As per the ECA International's cost of living rankings for 2023, which is the world's most expensive city to live in as an expat. Expat is expatriate. Expatriate is someone who does not belong to that country. So foreigner living in India would be an expatriate. Okay. New York is the world's number 1. Now, why did I have this map? You see, this is, I wanted to show you where is New York. This is Washington, D.C. This is where the capital of America is. This is New York City here on the East Coast. Okay. Then you would find a place called, Philadelphia. This is a very famous city, Philadelphia. Then you have there's this Atlanta, which is the capital of Georgia, and you also need to appreciate the fact that the state of Georgia is home to Atlanta, is home to Coca-Cola. This is Florida, finger like down south, facing down south. This is one of the largest states in America. Texas here, this one, Texas. Okay. You will find Dallas here. This is Dallas. Then you'll find, you want to know Chicago. This is you will find Michigan. You'll find this is Detroit. Detroit is a former automobile capital of the world. It was home to three of the largest automobile companies in the world at one time: Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. Yeah, these are no longer the top three in the world. This is the American state of Michigan. What is it? Michigan. This is Chicago. Okay, so I want you to know something more. This is Washington state on the west coast of United States. This is the city of Seattle. Seattle is where you find the global head office of Amazon. The global head office of Amazon. Then you have the state of California here. This is California. You'll find Los Angeles down south here, and up here is San Francisco. Okay, but this is the capital, Sacramento. Most Indians would be familiar with the place like Boston. This is Boston, the city of Boston, the Boston Tea Party. If you remember this. So these are some pretty expensive places. Of course, it depends on a lot of economic activity happening around. As far as expats are concerned, foreigners are concerned, working there in New York, this is the most expensive place for expats in the world. Now, this comparison will tell you if one GBP is Great Britain pound. Now, if 1 kg of sugar would cost £1 in London, it would cost 3.27 pounds in New York. Look at 1 liter of cooking oil, about 4 pounds. Here it's a little under 6.5 pounds. Got it? So it's pretty expensive. Petrol is cheaper in New York, quite cheaper, much cheaper than this. Look at Hong Kong. Yeah, 1 dozen of eggs would cost $7.5, whereas in London they would cost just $5. Sorry, £5. I'm so sorry. So it's a good comparison. I just wanted you to have this. Top 5 cities in the world you could write: New York, Hong Kong. Okay, New York, Hong Kong. Geneva, which is in Switzerland. So the world's most expensive non-American city is Hong Kong. The world's most expensive European city is Geneva. Okay. Is it mentioned? London, and then Singapore. Okay, there we go, guys. So this is Miami. It's world famous for its beaches and all. India's Amlan Borgohain back to gold medals at the Flanders Cup 2023 athletics meet in Belgium. Amlan is a sprinter, runner. He recently created a 100-meter national record. 100-meter national record. He currently holds gold medals in both 100 and 200 meters at the national level. Okay. He's from Assam, by the way. He's from Assam, India's Assam state. India's worst train crash in decades killed about 289 people. This accident took place in Bahanaga in the Balasore district of Odisha. This was a devastating three-way clash between trains, one goods train and 2 passenger trains. The trains involved were Coromandel Express. Now, how the accident happened, there is an inquiry commission undertaking investigation right now. So let's not get into this because there are conflicting views as to what could have happened. Basically, Coromandel Express, and then there is called Sir Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya Terminal Howrah Express. If you don't know, where is this? Bangalore. Sir Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya Terminal, and then the third was goods train. Goods train. There was a three-way clash between this. Things went really bad, my friends. I mean, it kind of shook up. Yeah. Who co-chaired the first India-Namibia joint commission with Namibian Foreign Minister Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah at Windhoek, which is the capital of Namibia. This is Namibia, right on the northwest of South Africa. This is Namibia. Windhoek is the capital. Okay, and Namibia's president is a guy called Hage Geingob. Hage Geingob. That's the president. Where the currency is, of course, I think Namibian dollar something. Who's Rajnath Singh? Rajnath Singh is the, is Defense Minister of India. S. Jaishankar, that is Subramaniam Jaishankar, is the External Affairs Minister of India, Foreign Minister of India. Piyush Goyal holds 3 ministries. He holds ministries like, textiles, commerce and industry, and food, public distribution, and consumer affairs. Food, consumer affairs, and public distribution. That's okay. Never mind. Order. Amit Shah is the Minister for Home and Cooperation. 2 ministries he holds: Home Minister and Cooperation Minister. Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Minister, and Minister of Corporate Affairs. Minister of Corporate Affairs. Namibia is home to the Kalahari Desert. If you just want to write something extra, Kalahari Desert. Okay. So Namibian President Hage Geingob, and we mentioned the Kalahari Desert there. Which IT giant partnered with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship to train youth in digital and cyber security skills? Microsoft has partnered with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, which is headed by, a while ago we mentioned his name, Dharmendra Pradhan, who also happens to be the Union Minister of Education. Microsoft is run by Satyanarayana Nadella or Satya Nadella. It's headquartered in the Washington state of United States, West Coast, in a small place called Redmond, Redmond. Okay, Redmond, Washington state. HCL Technologies is headed by C. Vijaya Kumar. Infosys, Salil Parekh. Oracle, headed by Safra Catz. TCS, Kriti Vasan. Okay, chalo. Which country unveiled its first domestically made hypersonic missile, Fatah, with a target range of 1400 kilometers? Now that's Iran, my friends. What's a hypersonic missile? Hypersonic missiles have a speed of at least 5 Mach 5. At least Mach 5. So a missile that has a speed of at least Mach 5 is considered a hypersonic missile. Now you need to appreciate the fact that 1 Mach is equal to the speed of sound. So 5 times the speed of sound. But this particular short range or medium range ballistic missile has Fatah is also called conqueror in Parsi Bhasha. Sorry, Farsi they call it conqueror. Okay, or someone who wins. So victor. It's a medium range ballistic hypersonic missile. Medium range ballistic hypersonic missile. So Iran says that this particular missile has a speed of about Mach 13 to Mach 15, not 5, 13 to 15, and because of its nature, speed and all, it can escape any kind of detection by radars, and not just that, it can escape any kind of defense shields. The Patriot defense shield in the US, the Iron Dome defense shield of missile interceptor of Israel. So it says that we can do all that stuff. Iran's developing weapons primarily with an eye against two countries. One is Saudi Arabia, which it considers to be a sectarian rival because Iran is a Shia Muslim country, Saudi Arabia is a Sunni Muslim country. Notwithstanding the recent diplomatic patch-up between these two countries, patching up between these two countries, I still believe that they don't trust each other. In fact, they don't trust each other at all. Okay. Not only that, Iran also looks at Israel as an illegitimate country. That is, it says that Israel has no right to exist. So Iran has openly declared that it will wipe Israel off the map of the world. So most of its missiles are built against Israel. That's what they say. Yeah, let's not get there. Pakistan's capital is Islamabad. Saudi Arabia, this is Riyadh, R-I-Y-A-D-H. Iran's capital is Tehran. Iran is a pretty large country, my friends. It's what? You can say that it's about 16.48 lakh square kilometers, which is 50% of India's area. Israel is a tiny country, 20,770 square kilometers. Okay. Its capital is Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Iraq's, this is Iraq, and the capital is Baghdad. You can see this is Iraq. Okay. Which university topped the Khelo India University Games 2023 medals table? Punjab University. These were held in Uttar Pradesh in 4 places: Greater Noida, Gorakhpur, Lucknow, and Varanasi. So in 4 places the Khelo India University Games were held. Punjab University was number 1. Number 2 was it's not mentioned. Number 2 was Guru Nanak Dev University. Number 3 was Jain University. Last year Jain University of Bangalore topped the Khelo India University Games, but this year the medals table was topped by Punjab University. In fact, if I'm not wrong, they won about 26 golds. 26 golds. These guys won 24, I think, and these guys won 16 or 18. 16 or 18. Yeah. Okay. One particular new game made its debut. The debut was made by rowing. Rowing was the new sport at the Khelo India University Games. Okay. The OPEC 10 reached a deal. So I'm so sorry. OPEC Plus. I'm so sorry. The OPEC Plus reached a deal to reduce overall production targets from 2024 by a further total of about 1.4 million. 1 million equals 10 lakh. So 14 lakh barrels per day. The headquarters of OPEC is based in Vienna, Austria, my friends. This is a body that, okay, let me give a full name first. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Okay. This is headquartered in Vienna. It was started in 1961 and it has 10 members. 10 members. OPEC Plus has plus 13 members. So those countries that are oil producing but are not part of the OPEC are part of the OPEC Plus. So 13. So 23 countries make OPEC Plus. Okay, yeah. And who runs OPEC? Haytham. He is from Kuwait. Al Ghais. Haytham Al Ghais of Kuwait. He is a Secretary General. Secretary General. Riyadh is home to the, it's a capital of Saudi Arabia. Doha, Qatar, Oslo. Okay, fair. All of it. Which nation hosted a 2023 multilateral naval exercise in its eastern waters off the Sulawesi Island? Indonesia. Indonesia. You see these countries here. This map relates to Indonesia. You see all these countries in these white islands, you know. Yeah, these are Indonesia, my friends. It's a huge country. 17,000 islands make Indonesia. 17,000 islands. 17,000 islands make Indonesia. Sorry. You know, something more here. Its capital is Jakarta, but the capital is now being moved to a place here called Nusantara. What is it? Nusantara. The new capital of Indonesia will be Nusantara. It's a planned city because Jakarta, it's overpopulated. It's about, the population of Jakarta metropolitan area is about 3 crores. 2.8 crore, make it 3 crore. Yeah. And the city is sinking. The city is actually sinking. So as of today, my friends, the capital, proposed capital is Nusantara. The construction activity is happening there. So next, it's most likely that in August next year, it will be inaugurated as, that is when the government will move here basically. Next year, August. Okay, so this is a Sulawesi island. You see this huge island basically. Yeah. See, this is the island of Borneo. You see, this is Borneo. This island here you can see. Okay, this island has 3 countries. One is, the southern part is Malaysia, Indonesia. This part is Malaysia. You can see this is Malaysia, here Malaysia. You see the small portion here? This is Brunei, the country of Brunei. Okay, this is Singapore at the bottom. This is an island actually. Here. South Korea's president is today will, in the case of South Korea, we'll write the Yoon Suk Yeol. Yoon Suk Yeol is the president. Thailand and all that, we'll just stick to, okay, let's write the name of the king as well. King Mahavajira Longkorn. Mahavajira Longkorn, King of Thailand. Okay. Prime Minister of Japan is Fumio Kishida. By the way, when I say it has 17,000 islands, Indonesia makes 17,000 islands would make it the world's largest archipelago. Archipelago, 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 which is a group of islands. Okay, and to a large extent, the name of this multilateral naval exercise is Komodo. You know, you must have heard of the Komodo dragon. So the name of the exercise was Komodo. Bhaderwa, which emerged as the lavender capital of India, is in Jammu and Kashmir. It's a small place and it's famous for its beauty. That's why it's called Chota Kashmir. Chota Kashmir. And because of its high literacy rate, it's also called the Kerala of J&K. Kerala of J&K. Bhadarwa is said to be, see, the lavender is purple revolution. Purple revolution. Purple revolution. You see, these are all purple colored flowers. And the government of India is setting up the National Institute of High Altitude Medicine at Bhadarwa. The National Institute of High Altitude Medicine. National Institute of High Altitude Medicine. Name the financial inclusion dashboard that was recently launched by RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. Antardrishti. Antardrishti means insight. The name itself tells you insight. Financial inclusion is where the idea that people who previously were unbanked, who had no access to organized credit facilities, could now access them. That's the idea. Yeah. And one particular way of financial inclusion is the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Okay. Cyclone Biparjoy, the first storm brewing in the Arabian Sea this year. In fact, I think it's the second one, because the first one was called Mocha, Mocha. Rapidly intensified into a severe cyclonic storm. Biparjoy got its name from. In fact, it's happening right now. Yesterday, it made landfall in Gujarat. Things are pretty bad there, my friends. Luckily, not much of a loss of life, because the government was proactive in taking safety measures. But importantly, this name was given by Bangladesh. Cyclones are given names, my friends. So next cyclone would be called Tej, and the name would come from India. The name would come from India. Next one. So next is after Biparjoy, and then there is this. What is this? Hamoon. Yes. Okay. Number 2. This is number 1. The number 1 cyclone. After this, number 2, Hamoon. After Tej, the cyclone will be called Hamu, and the name comes from Iran. Okay. Then Milida. Sorry, Midili from Maldives. So the next 3 cyclones, these are the names, my friends. Fair. The Narcotics Control Bureau busted a pan-India dark net drug trafficking cartel with the largest ever seizure of LSD. Identify the correct statements regarding LSD. What is LSD? Lysergic acid diethylamide. Yes. Okay. And it's a synthetic chemical based drug. Yes, it is. And it's a hallucinogen. People who consume this kind of go into a trance. Yeah, it's those effects are called psychedelic effects. Yeah. And you see this here, it is made from a substance found in ergot, which is a fungus. It comes from a fungus. That's something, my friends. World Oceans Day is observed on 8th June every year. The theme for this year is tides are changing, my friends. The sea levels are rising, and in some parts of the world, such rise in sea levels is causing havoc. Maldives, low-lying islands like Maldives, which is the world's lowest lying island. You have Maldives, you have Tonga, you have Marshall Islands, Samoa, Fiji. All of these places actually. Times are tough in these countries. Okay. World Oceans Day. What are the oceans? You have the Pacific Ocean, which is the world's biggest. Second is Atlantic. Third is Indian. Fourth is Arctic, and fifth is Antarctic. Which state's road transport corporation won the UTA International Association of Public Transport Award at the Global Transport Summit held in Barcelona, Spain? Kerala. Well, kind of reforms they have undertaken in the last few years. A lot of this is to do with a lot of these reforms is to do with energy conservation, electric vehicles, switching to electric vehicles, lithium battery operated vehicles and all that. So for mass adoption of EV, it will take a long time in India. But anyway, things are moving fast. Barcelona is one of the two biggest cities in Spain, my friends. I think we'll not spend much time on this. Which institution organized the International Conference on Spacecraft Mission Operations? All three, and this was in Bengaluru. This was in Bengaluru, the head office of ISRO. Head office of ISRO. So, who's the father of Indian space program? Vikram Sarabhai is the father of India's space program. Okay. Who of the following persons won the women's singles crown at the 2023 French Open? Women's singles, Swiatek of Poland. Okay, let me tell you. This is the runner-up. Okay. Now let's write French Open. French Open 2023. Men's singles winner was Novak Djokovic of Serbia. Runner-up was Casper Ruud of Norway. Yeah. Women's singles winner Swiatek of Poland and runner-up Muchova of Czech Republic. Now, in the case of singles, events, we written both the winners and the runners-up, the names of both the winners and the runners-up. But in the case of the other three, that is men's doubles, we'll write down the names of the winners. Okay, Ivan Dodig of Croatia and plus what's his name, Austin Krajicek of the US. Next, that is men's doubles. Women's doubles, was won by the unlikely pair of a Taiwanese and a Chinese, players coming together, making up a team. Okay, Xie, the name would be slightly tough to pronounce. Xie Su Wei of Taiwan. And plus Wang Xinyu of China. A while ago I mentioned China, no? Just about 30-60 seconds back. That's women's doubles winners. So let's write mixed doubles. Mixed doubles in the center. Winners: Miyu Kato of Japan plus what's his name, Tim Putz of Belgium or Germany. Yeah, Putz is a German surname. Okay, I guess we pretty much covered all of the stuff. Men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles, and mixed doubles. Oh, that's about it, my friends. For the first time ever, we kind of took a, there you must have seen on the screen, there is a pause resume, So have a lot of fun. I think that was just a blip in the recording. Have a lot of fun. And make sure, my friends, that you stay focused, that you stay curious. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, my friends.